If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. I got the rap patrol on the patrol. Foes that want to make sure my casket's closed. Rap critics say
We've
money
got
cash.
check with your current providers, check our SEO providers, check that your link building, check what that's like, and then obviously get backlink reports and things as well. And what are some other tips and things that you would ask?
Yeah, sure. I think a big thing with search, which is currently missing, is communication. Like, who are you actually going to be speaking to? Are you going to be speaking to someone that is removed from the person actually doing the physical work on your account? Or are you going to actually get to work directly with that person? Okay. So I think that's really important, is that the people that are actually physically doing the work on your account, you need to be able to communicate with that person so you can say, hey, we're doing this promotion in the next 4 weeks. Can you please make sure my meta description tag reflects that? Or if it's paid search, going off on a tangent for a second, someone does a brand search. If I've gone and paid 200 grand for above the line media, so I've done a bus wrap and stuff like that running around Brisbane. If someone sees that and then goes Googles it and your ad is disjointed to what they've actually seen out in the real world, then it's like, well, there's a massive disconnect there. It's breaking the basic rules of marketing. So having good communication with the person who's working your account is critically important, and you should be catching up with them on a regular basis. The next thing that I guess you should really be asking people is who are the brands they currently work on? What clients do they have? What results have they got? Go and actually check that stuff for yourself. Make sure that they are actually achieving the results for those clients and that those things match up.
That's brilliant,
Yeah, look how long they've actually had that client on board too. Are they actually still their existing client, or did they once upon a time do an audit on them
or work in some little subsection in some sub brand down the back end corner and got alright results, then got kicked out by another company, etc. etc. Okay, cool. Alright.
That's a big one.
Awesome. And any other? I see you've got a bit of a list here.
Yeah, I've got
running off there.
A few things that I would check. Next thing is legitimate client testimonials or actual physical references. Like actually if an agency is prepared to give you. So let's say if you're looking to engage an agency for your paid or organic search work, actually get a contact number off someone that you can call. So say, okay, cool. So you work with X client. If they've got a client, and they say, cool, can I get some contact information from one of these clients and ring them and actually ask them firsthand how you guys perform? And if they're willing to do that, then you know that they're probably going to be on the level, and that what they're telling you is correct and their strategies are sound. The final thing is locking contracts. So this has been something that used to be just a thorn in my side with all search providers. There's no reason in my mind, and I know there's another company there's only one other company that I know of that don't do locking contracts in search. There's no reason why someone should be locking into a contract. It doesn't make sense. It's like anything. If they're a service-based business and you're buying hours off that person to do a job, and you don't feel they're doing that job for you, why should you have to be locked into them? Like it doesn't make sense.
It's a pretty compelling point. Yeah,
it is. So I mean, I'd be really stressing that point. Is like I wouldn't engage someone if they're trying to lock you into contract. Things that I've personally experienced in the past, being client side, is where everything's awesome in the sales pitch, everything sounds really good, it all looks good on the surface, they engage. As soon as you sign that dotted line, then all of a sudden there's no communication, you've got trouble trying to get hold of your client manager, you're not seeing the results, and it's like, well, now what? I'm locked into this contract for the next 6 months, you know what I mean? So
don't let any of your SEO providers, whether they're one-man bands or teams, doesn't matter, whoever it is that you choose to go with, make sure that you're saying, and make sure they do not lock you into any contracts for any amount of time. You say that. Now, what do you guys set out instead? Like, how do you guys sort of how do you guys preview the path that will be the next 6 to 12 to 18 months for your clients?
Sure. So the good thing is to set goals, to set KPI targets. So sit down with that client, do all your background research, set it all out properly, look at exactly what needs to happen, and say, okay, cool. I think that these are our targets for the next. This is our 6-month, 12-month target. Usually we do a 3-month target initially, so we go 3, 6, 12. So at these points, this is where we should be. Now, there's no guarantees in SEO. No one can guarantee you SEO. It's just part of the game. It's because tomorrow, Google could come out and change their algorithm and say we're discounting links altogether, or now content only has 10% of the weighting that it used to. So you can't actually guarantee anything. But what you can do is you set these KPI targets. Now, if you work close with that client and you've got good communication, and you can both see you're working towards the goal and the results are coming, obviously you need to see that. then why would that client want to leave you and they're going to stay and work with you?
Exactly, and why would you lock in? What would you lock in with Google changing things so erratically as
That's
they
right.
so
exactly
have?
right. Exactly right. I mean, paid search is a different story. That is something that if you've got a year or two of data there, you can say, okay, I see where the seasonal fluctuations are. I can see quality score. I can see if we do X, Y, Z, we'll be able to reduce this cost per inquiry by X. And that's something you can say, okay, here's the target. 12 weeks, we're going to get your cost per inquiry from here because we want to become lower, cost per inquiry down to here. So that's something that you can do. SEO is a bit different, but the key here, guys, is you really want to be setting proper KPI targets with your provider. Don't just revolve around rankings, and be very wary of SEO guarantees. Guaranteeing keywords is something to avoid.
That's interesting. Now, cool. Obviously, and wrapping up, mate. The little bit of the future for Search Factory. Where do you guys sort of see yourselves? 12 to 18, 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, next year's going to be a really busy year for us. You'll see a lot more of Search Factory around town. We're going to be sponsoring Interactive Minds. We're going to be doing speaking events.
Awesome.
We're going to be doing a bit of PR. Doing a lot of educational work with the business community.
On the social interwebs.
That's it, mate.
You're going to get on the social interwebs.
Yes, getting a lot more heavily involved in social.
Cool.
So we've been pretty low on the radar on that side of things. And also, I guess, pushing the SEO for our business really hard as well. Continue to grow the team, continue to get outstanding results, and provide great customer service. And
that's awesome.
And that's our aim. And I think if we do those things right, everything else will follow that. So that's the plan.
Good stuff. Awesome. Well, thanks for coming on the show, dude.
No, mate, I really appreciate you having me, mate.
You're welcome.
Good chatting to you as always, my brother. Cheers.
Tammy, thanks for watching.
See you guys.
Woo!
Hit me. 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. Hit me. Woo!